Hello, wonderful listeners. Welcome back to our podcast, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of articles and stories that shape our understanding of the world. I'm Hari, and as always, I'm joined by the brilliant Leela.
Hey there, everyone. So excited to be here today to unravel some intriguing narratives with you, Hari.
Today's episode is a real treat because we'll be exploring a diverse array of topics that range from historical legacies to environmental studies and even conservation efforts. We're covering it all.
That's right, Hari. Get ready to hear about royal dining at the Sarvato restaurant in Jaipur's city palace, the transformation of the legacy of Sati, the inspiring story of the Stork sister leading the Hargila army conservation efforts, and so much more. It's a smorgasbord of intriguing articles.
Absolutely. We'll also delve into Kang's poignant portrayal of historical pain in We Do Not Part, the resilience of Anganwadi workers fighting for justice, and the challenges faced by gig workers in India. Plus, we'll explore the repurposing of the HIV drug Efavirenz for Chikungunya treatment and environmental mapping studies on Melioidosis peaks in Odisha during the monsoon.
And let's not forget about the Raisina Dialogue 2024 highlights. The establishment of Madhav National Park as India's newest tiger reserve, and the implications of Duterte's ICC arrest. Phew, that's quite the lineup.
Strap in, folks, because this episode is going to be a deep dive into a wide range of thought-provoking topics. We'll be taking our time to unpack each one thoroughly, so get comfy and enjoy the ride with us.
So, grab your favorite beverage, settle in, and let's embark on this enlightening journey together.
Article 1. Leela, have you heard about the Sarvato restaurant in Jaipur's city palace? It sounds like a fascinating place.
Oh, absolutely, Hari. The Sarvato has been making quite a buzz with its seasonal 6-course tasting menu inspired by Rajasthan's local ingredients and royal recipes. It's a true celebration of the region's culinary heritage.
It's intriguing how the founders, Sawai Padmanabh Singh and Abhishek Honewar, have put so much emphasis on hyperlocal sourcing and preserving the historic structure of the palace, while offering dishes like herbed bejad bread with white butter and jungly moss.
Yes, and let's not forget the white bajra malai meat kofta. It's a unique blend of traditional flavors with a modern twist. The dedication to using local ingredients and techniques really sets the Sarvato apart in the culinary scene.
Absolutely, Leela. This focus on tradition and innovation not only creates a memorable dining experience, but also highlights the importance of preserving cultural heritage through food. It's a beautiful way to connect with the history and flavors of Rajasthan.
Moving on to the current relevance of this topic, Hari, I think the Sarvato's approach to hyperlocal sourcing and promoting traditional flavors can serve as a great example for sustainable dining practices in today's world. With the increasing demand for eco-friendly and culturally rich dining experiences, restaurants like Sarvato are setting a new standard.
That's a great point, Leela. In a time where people are more conscious of where their food comes from and its impact on the environment, the Sarvato's model of sourcing ingredients locally and preserving culinary traditions is not only relevant but also necessary for the future of the food industry.
Absolutely, Hari. And let's not overlook the economic impact of such initiatives. By supporting local farmers and producers, restaurants like Sarvato contribute to the growth of small-scale businesses and help sustain communities.
True, Leela. However, one challenge that restaurants like Sarvato might face is balancing the demand for seasonal menus with the need for year-round sustainability. Finding ways to adapt their sourcing strategies to different seasons while maintaining their commitment to local ingredients could be a potential hurdle.
That's a valid point, Hari. It's essential for such establishments to strategize and perhaps collaborate with local farmers to ensure a steady supply of quality ingredients while staying true to their core values of celebrating regional cuisine.
Looking ahead, Leela, I believe that the success of restaurants like Sarvato will pave the way for a more diverse and sustainable food culture globally. By showcasing the beauty of local ingredients and culinary traditions, they inspire a new generation of chefs and diners to appreciate the richness of regional cuisine.
Absolutely, Hari. The future looks promising for establishments that prioritize authenticity, sustainability, and cultural heritage in their culinary offerings. As more people seek unique dining experiences that tell a story, restaurants like Sarvato are well positioned to lead the way in shaping the future of gastronomy.
Article 2. So, Leela, the historical practice of sati is quite a heavy topic, but it's essential to understand its origins and impact. For our listeners who might not be familiar, sati was the Hindu tradition where widows would immolate themselves on their husband's funeral pyre.
Absolutely, Hari. It's a practice that dates back around 1600 years and was prevalent among the warrior caste in India. One fascinating aspect is how it was linked to concepts of fidelity magic and prestige, making it a complex and deeply ingrained tradition in certain communities.
Right, and it's remarkable to note how the British ban on sati in 1829 was influenced by Christian missionaries who viewed the practice as barbaric. This external pressure led to the eventual outlawing of sati, despite its long history and societal acceptance within certain groups.
Definitely. One example that stands out is the case of Meera, a Rajput princess who defied the practice by choosing to sing praises of Krishna instead of participating in sati. Her story is a testament to the courage and resistance shown by some individuals against deeply entrenched traditions.
It's fascinating to see how societal norms and religious beliefs can shape such practices over centuries. The fact that sati was endorsed in Brahminical texts around 1300 years ago, mainly for the warrior community, speaks volumes about its historical significance.
Absolutely, Hari. And the rationalization of sati by elite priests, along with other practices like polygamy for childless widows, eventually led to its condemnation in Europe and the subsequent banishment by the British. It's a stark reminder of how cultural practices can clash with evolving moral standards.
Moving on to the current relevance and applications of this topic, Leela, how do you see the legacy of sati playing out in today's world?
Well, Hari, while sati itself is no longer practiced, its historical context raises important questions about the intersection of tradition, religion, and human rights. We can draw parallels to contemporary issues where cultural practices clash with modern values, prompting discussions on cultural relativism and universal human rights.
That's a great point, Leela. The legacy of sati serves as a reminder of the importance of cultural sensitivity and the need to critically examine long-standing traditions that might conflict with basic human dignity and rights.
Absolutely, Hari. It also highlights the role of external influences, like the actions of the British in banning sati, in shaping cultural practices. It's crucial to consider the complexities involved in addressing such issues while respecting cultural diversity.
Now, Leela, as we delve into the challenges and controversies surrounding this topic, what are some of the key debates or viewpoints that emerge?
One of the main challenges is navigating the fine line between cultural preservation and human rights advocacy. While traditions hold significant cultural value, they must not come at the cost of fundamental human rights, especially those pertaining to the dignity and autonomy of individuals.
It's indeed a delicate balance, Leela. There are differing opinions on how to address such practices. Some advocate for gradual cultural shifts from within communities, while others argue for more immediate interventions to protect vulnerable individuals from harmful traditions.
Absolutely, Hari. Finding sustainable solutions requires nuanced approaches that involve dialogue, education, and empowerment within communities. By engaging in open conversations and promoting awareness, we can work towards upholding human rights while respecting diverse cultural practices.
Looking ahead, Leela, what are your thoughts on the future outlook regarding the legacy of sati and similar practices?
Well, Hari, I believe that increased global interconnectedness and awareness will continue to shape cultural norms and practices. As societies evolve, there will likely be ongoing discussions and debates on how to navigate the tension between tradition and modernity, with a focus on upholding human rights for all individuals.
Absolutely, Leela. It's crucial for us to remain vigilant and actively engage in conversations that challenge harmful practices while respecting the rich tapestry of cultural diversity. By promoting dialogue and understanding, we can strive towards a more inclusive and equitable future for all. Article 3. The story of Purnima Devi Barman, known as the Stork Sister, is truly inspiring. She has managed to mobilize 20,000 women in Assam to conserve the endangered greater adjutant stork, making a significant impact on their population.
Absolutely, Hari. It's remarkable how she has shifted from research to direct conservation efforts, recognizing the urgency of saving these endangered birds. And the fact that her work has led to a rise in stork numbers in Assam is nothing short of impressive.
Barman's approach of engaging the community through events like Hargila baby showers and organizing cleaning drives has not only increased awareness, but also changed public perception of the storks. It's heartwarming to see how she has brought people together for this cause.
Her efforts have not gone unnoticed, Hari. Barman has received global recognition, including prestigious awards like the Champions of the Earth Award and the Whitley Gold Award. It's fantastic to see individuals like her being acknowledged for their dedication to conservation.
Moving on to the current relevance and applications of this topic, Leela, how do you think Barman's model of community engagement can be applied in other conservation efforts around the world?
That's a great point, Hari. Barman's approach highlights the power of grassroots movements and the impact that local communities can have on conservation efforts. By involving people directly in the cause and educating them about the importance of preserving wildlife, similar initiatives can be replicated globally to address various environmental challenges.
Absolutely, Leela. Barman's focus on environmental education through the Hargila Learning Center is another aspect worth mentioning. By introducing children to conservation at a young age, she is nurturing a generation that values and protects nature, ensuring a sustainable future for wildlife.
When we consider the challenges and controversies surrounding this topic, Hari, one potential issue could be the sustainability of such community-driven initiatives. How can we ensure that these efforts continue to thrive in the long term?
That's a valid concern, Leela. Maintaining momentum and engagement within the community over time can be a challenge. One possible solution could be to establish networks and partnerships that provide ongoing support and resources to sustain these conservation projects. Collaboration with governmental and nonprofit organizations can also help secure funding and expertise for long-term success.
Looking towards the future, Hari, do you think Barman's work will inspire more individuals to take up similar causes and drive positive change in conservation efforts worldwide?
Without a doubt, Leela. Barman's dedication and success serve as a powerful example of what can be achieved through passion and community involvement. I believe her story will inspire others to become environmental champions in their own communities, ultimately leading to a more sustainable and harmonious relationship between humans and wildlife.
It's truly amazing to see the impact one person can have on a cause they are deeply passionate about. Barman's story is a reminder that each one of us has the potential to make a difference, no matter how big or small our actions may seem.
Article 4. So Leela, Kang's exploration of historical pain and memory in her latest novel, We Do Not Part, really delves deep into the Jeju Island massacre of 1948. It's a heavy topic, but one that's incredibly important to discuss.
Absolutely, Hari. This novel is a poignant reminder of the atrocities that took place during that time. It's interesting how Kang draws parallels between her protagonist's experiences and her own decision not to celebrate her Nobel Prize due to ongoing global conflicts. It really shows the personal connection she has to these themes of pain and memory.
The way Kang uses the character Kyungha, who experiences recurring nightmares after reading about mass killings, truly highlights the lasting impact of historical traumas. It's a powerful way to convey the weight of these events on individuals.
Definitely. And the friendship between Kyungha and Inseon in the novel further emphasizes the themes of suffering, resilience, and the importance of remembering historical tragedies. It's through their bond that Kang brings out the deeper layers of human emotion and connection in the face of such pain.
I was struck by Kang's use of imagery, particularly the color white and falling snow, to symbolize the pain and loss experienced during the massacre. It's a stark reminder of the brutality of those events and serves as a powerful narrative device throughout the novel.
It's fascinating how authors can use such symbolic elements to convey complex emotions and historical contexts. And in today's world, where conflicts and tragedies continue to unfold, this novel serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of acknowledging and confronting the darker chapters of history.
Absolutely, Leela. The themes of pain, memory, and human violence that Kang explores are sadly still relevant today. We see conflicts and atrocities happening around the world, and it's crucial to learn from history to prevent such events from being repeated.
That's so true, Hari. By shining a light on these historical tragedies and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of such pain, Kang's work encourages us to confront the uncomfortable truths of the past and work towards a more peaceful future.
However, Leela, I wonder if there are any challenges or controversies surrounding the depiction of such historical events in literature. How do you think authors navigate the fine line between honoring the memory of the victims and potentially reopening old wounds?
That's a great point, Hari. Some may argue that revisiting these painful events in fiction can be triggering for those directly affected or reopen intergenerational trauma. Authors must approach these topics with sensitivity and respect, perhaps by providing resources for readers to learn more about the history behind the narrative.
That's a thoughtful approach, Leela. It's essential for authors to handle such sensitive subjects with care and empathy. By incorporating thoughtful authors' notes or resources, they can guide readers through the emotional complexities of these historical narratives.
Looking ahead, Hari, I think we'll see more authors grappling with these challenging historical themes in their work. As society continues to reckon with its past and present injustices, literature will play a crucial role in fostering empathy, understanding, and a collective memory of these events.
Absolutely, Leela. Through storytelling and art, authors like Han Kang are paving the way for deeper conversations about historical pain and memory, ultimately shaping a more compassionate and informed society. It's a testament to the power of literature to provoke thought and inspire change. So Leela, the article we just discussed about the Anganwadi workers in Delhi really sheds light on their struggle for justice and recognition. It's truly inspiring to see their resilience in the face of adversity.
Absolutely, Hari. These workers, mostly women, fought for better pay and recognition, only to face termination for being too vocal during their protests. It's heart-wrenching to hear that even after 3 years, 134 workers are still fighting for their jobs.
The fact that they were demanding wages above the city's minimum wage shows the level of disparity they were facing. Despite some being reinstated, many are still struggling financially and are engaged in legal battles for their rights.
It's commendable how they've formed a strong community and continue to draw strength from each other and past legal victories. It's a powerful reminder of the importance of standing together in the face of injustice.
Moving on to the current relevance of this issue, Leela, it's crucial to recognize that the struggles faced by these Anganwadi workers are not isolated incidents. Workers in various sectors continue to fight for fair wages and recognition, highlighting systemic issues in labor rights.
Absolutely, Hari. The story of these workers resonates with many around the world who are advocating for better working conditions and fair compensation. It's a reminder of the ongoing battle for labor rights and the need for collective action to bring about change.
The challenges and controversies surrounding this topic are complex. On one hand, there's a need for governments and employers to respect the rights of workers and provide fair wages. On the other hand, there are economic considerations and power dynamics at play that make achieving these goals difficult.
Finding a balance between the interests of workers and employers is indeed a challenge. One potential solution could be greater dialogue and collaboration between all stakeholders to ensure that workers are treated fairly and their contributions are valued.
Looking towards the future, Leela, one can hope to see more progress in the fight for labor rights and fair wages. It's essential for societies to recognize the crucial role that workers play and to ensure that they are adequately compensated for their efforts.
Absolutely, Hari. As we move forward, it's important for us as a society to support initiatives that aim to uplift workers and provide them with the recognition and compensation they deserve. The story of these Anganwadi workers serves as a powerful reminder of the ongoing struggle for justice in the labor force.
Article 6. Leela, the challenges faced by gig workers in India, as discussed in this article, shed light on a growing issue in our society.
Absolutely, Hari. The rise of gig workers, from ride-hailing drivers to food delivery personnel, has been quite significant in recent years.
It's fascinating to see how this gig economy has evolved and the impact it has on individuals who rely on these platforms for their livelihood.
Did you know that the projected increase in gig workers in India to 23.5 million by 2030 signifies a major shift in the labor landscape?
That's a staggering number, Leela. As more people turn to gig work for flexibility, they often face long hours, declining wages, and inadequate legal and social security benefits.
The lack of protection for these workers is concerning. Many gig workers endure unsafe conditions and struggle with low pay, highlighting the urgent need for improved regulations and social security measures.
Efforts like the establishment of welfare boards and proposed schemes in states like Tamil Nadu show some progress, but challenges in unionizing gig workers remain, given the temporary nature of their work and the difficulties in mobilizing them.
It's a complex issue, Hari. While experts emphasize the necessity of comprehensive benefits like pensions and disability coverage, the question remains, how can we ensure these essential protections for gig workers?
The debates surrounding this topic are multifaceted. Some argue for stricter regulations to safeguard gig workers, while others believe in a more hands-off approach to allow for flexibility in the labor market.
Balancing flexibility with worker rights is indeed a challenge, Hari. Finding solutions that provide both security and adaptability is crucial for the future of work in the gig economy.
Looking ahead, Leela, it's essential to consider how innovations in technology and changes in labor laws will shape the landscape for gig workers and their working conditions.
Absolutely, Hari. The future outlook for gig workers will likely depend on the collaborative efforts of policymakers, companies, and workers themselves to create a more equitable and sustainable gig economy.
As our society continues to evolve, the well-being of gig workers will be a significant indicator of our progress towards a fair and inclusive labor market.
It's a complex issue that requires ongoing dialogue and action. Ensuring the rights and protections of gig workers is not just a matter of policy, but a reflection of our values as a society.
Article 7. So Leela, this article about repurposing the HIV drug Efavirenz for treating chikungunya is quite fascinating, isn't it?
Absolutely, Hari. It's amazing how researchers are thinking outside the box and exploring the potential of existing drugs to combat new challenges like the chikungunya virus.
Right? IIT Roorkee's research showing the effectiveness of Efavirenz in reducing the viral load of chikungunya in both cell lines and mice is groundbreaking. And the fact that it also helped improve the condition of an HIV-positive individual infected with chikungunya is quite promising.
It's interesting to note the potential dual benefits of repurposing drugs. Not only does it save time in drug development, but it also addresses the urgent need for treatments for diseases like chikungunya, where options are limited.
Absolutely, Leela. The fact that Efavirenz showed a 99% inhibition of replication in cell lines and reduced viral load in mice, despite causing some limb swelling in the latter, is a trade-off worth considering given its efficacy.
The idea of repurposing existing drugs opens up a world of possibilities for treating various diseases. It's like finding hidden gems in our medicine cabinet that can be repurposed to address new health challenges.
And Dr. Tomar's suggestion for further clinical trials to repurpose Efavirenz against chikungunya infections is a step in the right direction. It could potentially lead to a breakthrough in treating this debilitating virus.
In today's context, with the increasing threat of mosquito-borne diseases like chikungunya, dengue, and Zika, finding effective treatments becomes even more critical. Repurposing drugs like Efavirenz could provide a cost-effective and timely solution to combat these diseases.
Absolutely, Leela. Imagine the impact of repurposing existing drugs not just for chikungunya, but for a range of other diseases as well. It could revolutionize how we approach healthcare and drug development.
However, it's essential to consider the challenges and controversies that may arise from repurposing drugs. There could be debates around safety, dosage, and potential side effects when using a drug like Efavirenz for a different purpose.
That's a valid point, Leela. Balancing the benefits and risks of repurposing drugs will be crucial in ensuring the safety and efficacy of treatments. It might require stringent regulations and thorough testing to navigate these challenges effectively.
Looking ahead, the future outlook for repurposing drugs like Efavirenz against chikungunya seems promising. With further research and clinical trials, we could see significant advancements in treating not just chikungunya, but potentially other related viruses as well.
Absolutely, Leela. The potential innovations in drug repurposing could have far-reaching implications for public health and disease management. It's exciting to think about the positive impact this could have on society as a whole. Article 8. So, Leela, let's dive into this fascinating article about melioidosis peaking in Odisha during the monsoon season.
Absolutely, Hari. Melioidosis is quite a unique infectious disease caused by Burkholderia pseudomallei, and it's intriguing how it shows seasonality, especially in a region like Odisha.
Yes, the study highlights how environmental factors like temperature, cloud cover, and solar radiation play a significant role in the occurrence of melioidosis. It's interesting to see how climate and health intertwine in such a direct way.
Definitely. Did you know that melioidosis is often called the great mimicker because its symptoms can resemble other diseases like tuberculosis or pneumonia? This makes it challenging to diagnose sometimes.
That's a fascinating point, Leela. The complexity of diagnosing melioidosis adds another layer to the importance of understanding its seasonality and environmental triggers, especially in regions like Odisha, where cases are on the rise.
Absolutely, Hari. And speaking of rising cases, it's crucial to discuss the current relevance and applications of this study. With climate change impacting disease patterns globally, understanding how environmental factors influence diseases like melioidosis becomes even more critical.
Spot on, Leela. In today's world, where we're constantly facing new health challenges, integrating climate data into public health planning could help predict outbreaks and reduce risks significantly. It's a proactive approach that could be a game changer in global health strategies.
Definitely, Hari. And looking at the challenges and controversies surrounding this topic, one key point of debate could be the allocation of resources. How do we prioritize integrating climate data into public health planning amidst competing healthcare needs?
That's a valid concern, Leela. Balancing resources and priorities is always a challenge, but perhaps advancements in technology and data analytics could streamline the process and make it more efficient. Finding innovative solutions to overcome these challenges is crucial for effective public health interventions.
Absolutely, Hari. And finally, considering the future outlook, it's exciting to think about how Odisha's approach to integrating climate data could inspire similar initiatives worldwide. This study could be a stepping stone towards a more climate-resilient approach to public health planning.
Definitely, Leela. As we move forward, the potential innovations in predictive modeling and risk assessment could revolutionize how we approach climate-driven health threats. It's a promising path that could have far-reaching implications for society as a whole.
Absolutely, Hari. It's incredible to see how a study on melioidosis in Odisha is not just about a specific region, but has the potential to shape global strategies for addressing climate-driven health risks. The intersection of climate science and public health is truly where the future lies.
Well said, Leela. This study serves as a reminder of the intricate relationship between our environment and health, highlighting the importance of holistic approaches in tackling emerging health challenges. Article 9. The Raisina Dialogue 2024 seems to be shaping up as quite the significant event, especially with the focus on U.S. foreign policy shifts under Trump and the absence of Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. It's interesting to see how these key players and topics are coming together on this platform.
Absolutely, Hari. This conference has been a platform for some crucial discussions on international affairs. Did you know that the Raisina Dialogue is named after Raisina Hill, the location of the presidential palace in India? It's fascinating how these events get their names from such significant landmarks.
That's a great tidbit, Leela. The fact that this year's dialogue will delve into pressing issues like the Russia-Ukraine conflict and the Indo-Pacific region shows how relevant and timely these discussions are in today's global landscape.
Definitely, Hari. With the U.S. Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, and various foreign ministers in attendance, the insights shared at the conference could have a real impact on shaping policies and strategies around the world. It's like a meeting of minds from different corners of the globe.
It's remarkable how the Raisina dialogue brings together leaders from diverse regions, but it is worth noting the limited representation from West Asia and Southeast Asia. This could potentially shape the focus and outcomes of the discussions at the event.
True, Hari. The absence of certain key players can sometimes alter the dynamics of such conferences. It'll be interesting to see how the perspectives shared at the dialogue reflect the regions that are represented and what insights may be missed due to the absence of others.
Moving on to the current relevance and applications of this dialogue, Leela, how do you think the discussions on U.S. foreign policy shifts, particularly in relation to the Ukraine war and China, could impact global dynamics?
Well, Hari, these discussions could provide crucial insights into how different countries perceive and respond to these shifts. For example, understanding how the U.S.'s stance on tariffs or its approach to the Russia-Ukraine conflict is perceived by other nations could influence future diplomatic relations and trade agreements.
Absolutely, Leela. The outcomes of such dialogues often have ripple effects that go beyond just the event itself. They can shape alliances, trade policies, and even security strategies among nations. It's like a behind-the-scenes look at how global decisions are made.
And with the focus on the Indo-Pacific region, where we see heightened tensions and strategic competition, the discussions at the Raisina Dialogue could offer valuable perspectives on how countries are navigating these complex dynamics. It's like a peek into the chessboard of geopolitics.
Article 10. So, Leela, let's dive into this fascinating article about Madhav National Park becoming India's newest tiger reserve. This is such a significant move for tiger conservation efforts in the country.
Absolutely, Hari. India has a rich history with tigers, but unfortunately, these majestic creatures have faced severe threats over the years due to hunting and habitat destruction. The establishment of tiger reserves plays a crucial role in protecting these endangered species.
It's incredible to see the growth of the tiger population in Madhav National Park from 0 to 7 by 2023. This park not only contributes to the conservation of tigers, but also serves as a vital corridor connecting to other reserves, like Ranthambore Tiger Reserve in Rajasthan.
And Hari, did you know that as of the 2023 census, India's tiger population stands at 3,682 tigers? It's heartening to see these numbers increase, but it's also essential to remember that around 30% of tigers still reside outside of tiger reserves.
That's a crucial point, Leela. Establishing tiger reserves involves meticulous planning and collaboration between the center and states, with detailed management plans and funding mechanisms in place. Madhya Pradesh, with its successful conservation strategies, leads the country with the highest number of tigers.
Speaking of conservation efforts, Hari, it's fascinating to hear about Madhya Pradesh's plans to introduce lions from Gir in Gujarat to Kuno National Park. This interstate collaboration shows a holistic approach towards wildlife conservation.
Absolutely, Leela. These conservation initiatives not only benefit the wildlife, but also the ecosystem as a whole. It's heartening to see these proactive steps being taken to protect and preserve our natural heritage.
Transitioning to the current relevance and applications of this topic, Hari, the establishment of new tiger reserves like Madhav National Park showcases the ongoing commitment of India towards wildlife conservation. This not only protects endangered species, but also promotes biodiversity and ecotourism.
That's right, Leela. These reserves also play a significant role in mitigating human-wildlife conflicts by providing a protected habitat for tigers and other wildlife. Additionally, they contribute to the local economy through tourism, creating a sustainable model for conservation.
And let's not forget the educational aspect, Harry. Tiger reserves serve as living classrooms for researchers, students, and visitors, raising awareness about the importance of wildlife conservation and the need to protect our natural resources for future generations.
Absolutely, Leela. By promoting environmental stewardship and sustainable practices, these reserves set a positive example for conservation efforts not only in India, but globally as well. Article 11. So, Leela, the recent developments with former Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte being transported to the Netherlands to face charges for crimes against humanity by the International Criminal Court, ICC, have really stirred up some conversations about justice and accountability.
Absolutely, Hari. Duterte's controversial war on drugs during his time as mayor and president of the Philippines has come under intense scrutiny, with estimates of around 30,000 deaths linked to his administration's policies. It's a stark reminder of the importance of international mechanisms like the ICC in holding leaders accountable for their actions.
The fact that the ICC proceeded with the investigation despite the Philippines' withdrawal from the court in 2019 is quite significant. It shows that even if a country decides to step away from the ICC, the court can still pursue justice for crimes committed within that country.
It's interesting to note the contrast between Duterte's arrest and the lack of enforcement of warrants for other world leaders like Putin and Netanyahu. This disparity in how international justice is implemented raises questions about the consistency and effectiveness of the ICC in holding all leaders accountable regardless of their political influence.
And let's not forget the challenges the ICC faces in its operations. The threats made by the Trump administration against ICC officials conducting investigations and China's criticism of the court's cases due to its disputes with countries like the Philippines highlight the complex political dynamics at play.
Moving on to the current relevance and applications of this topic, Hari, the implications of Duterte's arrest go beyond just one individual. They signal to other leaders around the world that they can be held accountable for their actions, no matter how powerful they may seem.
Absolutely, Leela. This case sets a precedent for justice and sends a strong message that human rights violations will not go unpunished. It also underscores the importance of international cooperation in upholding justice and the rule of law.
The challenges and controversies surrounding Duterte's ICC arrest also bring to light the debates on sovereignty versus accountability. While some argue that international bodies like the ICC infringe on a country's sovereignty, others emphasize the need for global mechanisms to ensure justice and prevent impunity.
Finding a balance between respecting national sovereignty and ensuring accountability for human rights abuses is indeed a complex issue. Perhaps promoting dialogue and cooperation between nations and international organizations could be a step towards addressing these challenges in a more collaborative manner.
Looking ahead, Hari, the future outlook for international justice and accountability seems to be evolving. As more cases like Duterte's come to light, there may be a shift towards greater scrutiny of leaders' actions and more robust mechanisms in place to ensure justice is served.
It'll be interesting to see how the ICC navigates these challenges and continues to uphold its mandate in the face of political pressures and criticisms. The implications of Duterte's arrest could have far-reaching effects on how leaders conduct themselves in the future and how the international community responds to human rights violations.
Absolutely, Hari. The pursuit of justice is an ongoing journey, and cases like Duterte's serve as reminders that accountability knows no boundaries.
Conclusion. And that's a wrap for today's episode. We covered quite the range of fascinating articles, didn't we, Leela?
Absolutely, Hari. From exploring the opulent royal dining experience at Sarvato restaurant to delving into the cultural transformation surrounding the legacy of Sati, our discussions truly showcase the diverse tapestry of India's history and present.
And let's not forget the inspiring conservation efforts led by the Stork sister and the resilience displayed by Anganwadi workers fighting for justice. It's heartening to see individuals making a difference in their communities.
Indeed, Hari. And the insights we gained from Kang's poignant depiction of historical pain, the challenges faced by gig workers, and the innovative repurposing of drugs for Chikungunya treatment shed light on the complexities of our world.
We also explored the environmental mapping study on Melioidosis peaks, the recent designation of Madhav National Park as India's newest tiger reserve, and the implications of Duterte's ICC arrest. These topics remind us of the interconnectedness of global events.
As we conclude, we encourage our listeners to reflect on these diverse narratives and perhaps consider how they can contribute to positive change in their own spheres. Whether it's through supporting conservation efforts or advocating for justice, every action counts.
Thank you all for tuning in today. Your support means the world to us. Stay curious, stay engaged, and remember, The more we learn, the more we can shape a better tomorrow.
We'll be back soon with more thought-provoking discussions. Until next time, take care and keep exploring the world around you. Goodbye.